Today, on this segment, we have this Inside PR series. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce Jennifer Dunphy. She is with VayU. Welcome to the show, Jennifer.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, we are delighted to have you. You're not the first PR person that we've talked to, of course. PR relationships are very important to us in the radio business because it's the way that we get access to interesting guests. But we'd love to hear more about your business and what you're out there doing for folks. Give us, if you will, a little bit of a thumbnail sketch about VayU and how you work.
Well, we are a full-service interactive agency, so we're a little bit different from your traditional public relations firm. We do public relations and PR, however, everything we do is web-based. So when we're doing press releases and things along those lines, we are helping to increase a business's overall exposure on the web and making sure that people can find them throughout the web and they're getting in front of them in a non-intrusive format through press releases, through social networking, content syndication, and things along those lines. So we just really help to make sure that people can find them when they're looking for their services or their products that they have to offer.
So how important is this non-intrusive aspect? Because I'm really attracted to that. I mean, I get all these emails that are designed, I suppose, to pull me in, and they must work for some people, but it drives me nuts. How important is this non-intrusive thing?
Well, it's extremely important because people don't always want to be advertised to. Now, advertising is key to businesses being successful, but we're advertised to all day long, and people tend to get tired of that. So the beautiful thing about online PR is when we are putting these press releases out to the web throughout all of our distribution channels, we are optimizing these press releases, and we're tagging them for various keyword phrases that businesses want to be found for, that they want to be relevant for. So how it works, if someone's doing a search, let's say I'm doing a search online, I'm looking for a new Louis Vuitton handbag, or I'm looking for a used Louis Vuitton handbag, whatever it is I'm looking for, and I type in that keyword phrase, our press releases that we're putting out can pop up. Well, that's educating someone that finds this press release. It's not intrusive. It's not saying, hey, here I am, buy from me. But they're getting information, and if they want more information, if they're ready to actually make a purchase, they can click through to the business's website. So there's pretty helpful.
There's a thought leadership education component to this non-intrusive, because I don't know the first thing about how to buy an authentic Louis Vuitton. So it would be nice if I could come across an article that says, hey, before you get taken on the streets of New York and, buy a $20 Louis Vuitton, look at these three things. That would be really helpful.
Absolutely.
Then I don't feel like I'm being sold to as much as I'm being served, right?
Absolutely. It really provides the educational component and lets people know what they should be looking out for and points them in the right direction of where they can go to find exactly what it is they're looking for.
So what's in the press release?
Depends on what the subject matter is. It could be everything from educational components of here are the top 10 things, using the purse example again. Here are the top 10 things you should look for when you're looking to purchase an authentic handbag. It could be...
And how often would that go out? Like you would have different ones, obviously.
Oh, yeah. You never want to send the same one out. You want to always provide valuable, new, fresh information.
Every month?
Well, it's so irritating to get 2, 3, 4 Louis Vuitton press releases in a row. I'm getting tired of that. I'm not going to put up with it anymore, and I don't think you should either.
Okay. Now, how often? Is it quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily?
We put press releases out all the time, but again, it has to be new, fresh subject matter.
Right.
So it could be, using that example again, it could be educational component of here's what to look for if you're looking, you're trying to differentiate between an authentic and a knockoff.
Right.
Or it could be, here's this new business that opened up or launched this new online presence, and here's where you can learn more about the business, or here's where you can buy these services, here's where you can buy these products. So there are so many different things that you can promote through online press releases.
And then the press releases get distributed through like Google News? Is that where they're going?
That's one of the places they can go. There are so many different channels online. The biggest difference between online PR versus your traditional media relations, traditional public relations, what happens is when you're doing a traditional press release, per se, I am sending it to a specific individual at the news station or at a magazine or things along those lines. Well, when we are doing the online PR, it's not set for any one specific individual. It's going out to all these different distribution channels. It's being sent to magazines. It's being sent to radio stations. It gets sent to bloggers. It gets distributed throughout the web and then tends to get picked up by other places and just gets this viral aspect
Right.
to it where it just starts to circulate throughout the web. And more importantly, it just increases a business's online presence. So if someone, again, is looking for their services or their products, they can find that business easily online.
Now, so you're not targeting the entertainment writer for the New York Times. Like, you're not trying to build a relationship with that person.
It's a little bit different. Yeah, it's not about trying to build a relationship. It's just increasing the exposure.
Right. And then it'll get picked up by whoever gets picked up by.
Yes, it gets picked up by numerous outlets online,
Right.
and then it has a similar effect to traditional media relations. Whereas if someone finds it and they pick it up and it's truly interesting subject matter and they want to go with it, you can definitely get media coverage
Right. So
from
then
the
they'll,
online
at that
PR.
point, though, they'll contact you and say, I want to get a little
Absolutely.
deeper kind of conversation about it.
Absolutely.
And so are there bloggers that have more juice than others in this arena of authentic handbags, or bloggers that have a lot of juice in the fashion arena or something? You're like, wow, we hit the big time on this, yeah?
Well, yeah, I'm sure, as you know, there are bloggers for every vertical that you
Right.
can imagine
Right,
online.
right.
They're established experts, and some have a greater following than others. So the ones that have more pull within the community, it's more important to get in front of those than it is to, say, someone that just started their blog today and they're talking nonsense.
Right.
But it all counts, though, for SEO purposes, right?
It definitely helps SEO.
Well, how cool would it be if we had somebody from the authentic handbag business
I
in
don't
the
think
studio?
that would be possible.
So tell us who you brought with us, Jennifer.
I brought one of my favorite clients and friend, Cassandra Connors, and I'll let you tell her a little bit, or I'll let her tell us a little bit more about her business.
Hello.
Hi there. Welcome to the show. So, yeah, tell us all about your business.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Well, if you do happen, Stone, to want a Louis Vuitton handbag, I think you would look lovely with one.
Thank you.
I happen to own a handbag company, and we sell pre-owned, authentic designer handbags, including Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Gucci, Balenciaga, very high-end bags, Hermes. And it's a great opportunity to own a handbag if you're looking for something that is a little bit less than retail, but still, a genuine, beautiful, accessory to have. Bella Bag is the name of the business, and we buy, sell, and trade, again, authentic bags and accessories. One of the cool things about the business is that, we are based on the web. So being based on the web gives us a chance to really kind of take advantage of different types of PR. And, the type of PR that we're talking about today, search engine optimization, is basically the main type of PR that we use to promote our business.
Now, did you always use PR, or is this a recent development?
No, we didn't always use PR. The business started out as a really kind of self-funded, very small venture.
So you were just trying to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, absolutely. And, because what I have found is handbags were such a popular item to sell, is
Right.
that a lot of buyers really found us, to begin with, to start. However, when you think you're doing well, that's
Right.
one thing. And then you back it with a little PR. You're like, whoa, oh my gosh, I wasn't really doing that well.
So your business dramatically
changed.
Dramatically
changed with, SEO, search engine
So
optimization.
Jennifer is a hero in your house.
Yeah, she's a very dear friend to me now. And
Funny what money will do for a friendship. Huh?
Did you use other PR people before Jennifer?
No, actually, I didn't. But I looked into using quite a few companies,
Right.
and I happened to meet Jen by chance when I moved to Atlanta. And, kind of talked to her about her services. She was one of the first companies that I talked to about doing it. And then, didn't choose her company Vayu at all, at first by any means. I'm kind of a person who really does a lot of research and weighs and measures the options. And her company really did come out on top. And I don't just say that.
So what were the things you were looking for?
I was looking for, I think the thing that every small business owner is looking for. I think price is something I was definitely, very,
Right.
geared towards. It's important for me to keep my overhead low. I was looking for results. I was looking for other clients.
But
that
you
she
knew
had.
PR was not a guarantee of results.
No, I knew PR wasn't a guarantee of results, and that's part of the reason that I don't use a traditional PR person. Kind of the things that, you were talking about earlier in the interview. This is not about developing a relationship with one person. This is not about trying to get in front of the entertainment editor, blah, 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 at some fashion magazine. This is about creating almost like a massive outreach onto the biggest thing we have today, which is the web, which is why I designed the business to be based on the web. We're not waiting for, I don't have a physical store. My store is based on the web. So I'm not sitting around waiting for one customer to walk into my store by foot traffic. And Jen's business model is not waiting for, one person to reply to one email. It's a very similar parallel between the way she works her business and the way I work my business, which is why I think they are a really good mesh for each other.
So how do you know if a handbag is authentic? Is that like a proprietary process? And
we'll
that's
have
why
to, we'll have to
that's
get
why you
the
work
press
with them?
release.
We do have a really, a method that we go by, for each brand. There's a different list that we go by. Typically it's about 13 steps.
Oh, wow. But you can teach people, like on your staff, you can say, okay.
Yeah, we definitely can teach people, check these 13 steps. However, I would say that.
Like the spelling of the name, right?
Yeah, if you see something that's spelled wrong, I definitely would not buy that one.
Like Vuitton, that's a tricky name.
Yeah.
I wouldn't notice. Because they would see me coming.
Right, you couldn't do this.
Yeah, you won't want to buy Louis with an E at the end, ever.
What was the worst knockoff?
The worst?
Seen?
Like, you mean?
What were some of the mistakes, like somebody that was trying to...
Oh, I mean, there are, really, really obvious ones. I think most people know, like the logos are just, you got the logos going the wrong way, or the, the L and the V are, different, or like, on a Gucci bag, it's not G's, it's C's. You've got, those are just such obvious things. I think most people know about that. But then you've got really important details that most people don't know about, which are, zippers are imprinted on the back with certain companies' names that are not Gucci. And that's something, if you need to know what those companies that make the zippers are, those are very high-end companies that should be correct. The metal magnetism of a bag is very important. Depending on which metal a company uses to make the hardware on the bag, that's either going to be metallic or it's not going to be metallic. And you can really check that with certain magnets that we use to see if they will magnetize or not. Also, measurements will sometimes be off by less than 1/8 of an inch by counterfeiters' bags. And you will know that measurements will be, just 1/8 of an inch will be off, and that will show that it's a counterfeit bag. Different textiles that line the interior of the bags. Counterfeiters will most often get 99% of a bag right, but that 1% that you need to know, and you need to know it, or else that would absolutely ruin our brand, because that's what we stand behind. That's really what makes the difference.
This lady knows what she's doing. She does. But here's the real test. How do you know if a PR person is authentic?
Right.
Well, I think, kind of like with my business and knowing if a bag's authentic, over time you learn more and more and more. And as I've worked with Jennifer, over time you see more and more results. And it's just a little bit of a test of trust. And I think...
So did you start small and then you've increased your
Yeah, definitely. I started... I would say a little bit small.
So you
and
tested her? You gave her a test?
I think actually we had an agreement. We were supposed to work together for the first month, and I was supposed to pay her a certain amount. And that first month, I was like, I don't know if these are the right words that we're choosing or whatever. And she just kind of, let me go slowly. And I don't think I even wound up paying that first bill until month 3, because we worked together. We picked out keywords. I don't know if that's something I want to advertise to future clients for her. But it does go to show that she was, she stuck to her word. She said, until we get these keywords right and targeted for you, we're just going to kind of tread water together.
Now, Jennifer, is that one of the hardest parts, is to really define and tighten those keywords?
That's definitely important, because it's all about bringing the targeted people to somebody's website. Casey doesn't want any old person shopping on her website. She doesn't want someone who's looking for a knockoff handbag. She wants someone who understands and realizes that they are going to be spending a little bit more money for something that's authentic, that's high quality. So it's really important for us to make sure we aren't driving those type of people who are looking for discounted or cheap handbags or things along those lines, that they realize they are looking for the real thing, and they're going to pay the real price for it. So it's extremely important for us to properly target.
So how much can you expect to save off of retail typically if we go to Bella Bags versus walk in the door at Neiman Marcus?
Yeah, well, it depends on which bag it is, which brand it is, and how new the style is, of course. But I would say our customers save anywhere from 40 to 80% off of retail.
Oh, wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting that much of a percent. I was thinking
definitely.
like 10, 20%.
No,
really nice break.